Hello everyone! The car market is changing faster than ever, and some of the cars people are proudly driving today could become total money pits by next year. Imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars on a car, only to watch its value crash faster than a dropped smartphone screen. It sounds crazy, but it's happening. And 2026 might be the year some of these once popular cars become practically worthless. From luxury sedans to high-tech EVs, these models are losing value faster than you can say, trade in. Before we get started, make sure to smash that like button to support the channel, drop a comment below to tell me which car shocked you the most. And of course, subscribe so you never waste your money on the wrong ride again. Buckle up, because these are 10 cars that could be worthless in 2026. 10. Cadillac Escalade ESV. At number 10, we start big. Literally. The Cadillac Escalade ESV is more than just a vehicle. It's a statement. When you see one rolling down the street, you instantly know its driver wants to be noticed. It's massive, bold, and unapologetically American. A luxury SUV built to command presence and prestige. But here's the thing. Behind all that shine and swagger hides one of the biggest money traps in the luxury car world. According to data from iSeeCars and Motor One, the Escalade ESV loses around 63% of its original value in just 5 years. That means if you buy one for $100,000 today, you could be looking at a resale price of barely $37,000 by 2026. And that's before considering the sky-high cost of ownership. This SUV isn't cheap to run. The giant V8 engine guzzles fuel like it's free. And with global gas prices climbing, that alone scares away most used buyers. The maintenance isn't any better. Everything about this vehicle screams premium, from the leather interior to the tech-packed dashboard. But when something breaks, you're paying top dollar to fix it. Parts are expensive, and repairs often require dealership service. On top of that, the market is shifting fast. Buyers now prefer more fuel-efficient luxury SUVs, or even electric alternatives like the Rivian R1S and Tesla Model X. Compared to those, the Escalade feels like a dinosaur, both in technology and efficiency. So, while it might make you feel like a boss today, don't expect it to keep that same energy when you try to sell it a few years from now. The Cadillac Escalade ESV is the definition of short-term glamour. 9. Tesla Model X. At number 9, we move from gasoline power to electric prestige. The Tesla Model X. When it first hit the market, the Model X was a technological marvel. It was bold, futuristic, and instantly recognizable with those famous falcon wing doors that seemed to come straight out of a sci-fi movie. Back then, owning a Tesla was more than just owning an electric car. It was like buying into the future. But fast forward a few years, and the once revolutionary Model X is starting to show its age. According to Motor One and iSeeCars data, this luxury EV loses about 63% of its value within 5 years, making it one of the fastest depreciating electric vehicles in its class. And the reasons behind this are pretty clear once you look closer. Technology moves fast, especially in the EV world, and that's both Tesla's strength and its biggest weakness. Every few years, Tesla updates its cars with better batteries, faster acceleration, and improved range. That's great if you're buying new, but terrible if you're trying to sell your old one. A 2020 Model X suddenly feels outdated next to the newer Plaid Edition, or even some cheaper competitors that now offer over 400 miles of range and faster charging speeds. Then there's the issue of reliability and build quality. Owners have reported problems ranging from misaligned panels to malfunctioning doors and expensive battery repairs. Once the warranty expires, those fancy Falcon doors aren't quite as magical when they stop opening properly. Another major factor hurting its resale value is the flood of competition. Back when the Model X launched, it basically owned the electric SUV market. But today, you've got the Rivian R1S, the BMW iX, the Audi e-tron, and even newcomers from Kia and Hyundai offering better practicality at lower prices. That leaves the Model X caught in an awkward middle ground. Too expensive for most used buyers, yet not advanced enough for new EV enthusiasts. Combine that with Tesla's unpredictable price adjustments on new models, which instantly drag down used prices, and it's easy to see why depreciation hits so hard. The Model X still looks cool and accelerates like a rocket, but in 2026, that might not be enough. EV technology is evolving at lightning speed, and what was once cutting edge can become obsolete overnight. So, if you're thinking about buying a used Model X, remember, in a world that moves this fast, even the future can lose value surprisingly quickly. 8. Maserati Levante. At number 8, we're heading straight into Italian territory, the Maserati Levante. Now, say what you will about Maserati, but there's no denying one thing. These cars look incredible. The Levante is gorgeous from every angle. Sleek body lines, an elegant front grille, and that iconic trident badge that screams exclusivity. It's the kind of SUV that turns heads before you even start the engine. But here's the hard truth. Looks can be deceiving. Underneath all that beauty lies one of the fastest depreciating luxury SUVs in the world. According to Motor One and IC Cars data, the Maserati Levante loses about 63.7% of its value in just 5 years. That's brutal. And for a luxury brand trying to compete with Porsche, BMW, and Mercedes, that's a serious problem. So why does this Italian masterpiece lose value so fast? The answer comes down to reliability, reputation, and cost of ownership. Maserati's image has always been built around passion, performance, and Italian style, but not durability. Owners frequently report electrical gremlins, transmission quirks, and repair bills that could make your wallet cry. Parts are expensive. Mechanics who specialize in Maserati are rare, and the dealership service costs alone are enough to scare off most used buyers. Once that factory warranty expires, the Levante becomes a risky investment. Beautiful, but unpredictable. Then there's the brand perception problem. While Porsche and BMW have built trust through consistent quality, Maserati still struggles to shake off its unreliable exotic label. Combine that with rapid advancements in luxury SUV tech, like hybrid systems, digital dashboards, and adaptive suspensions, and the Levante already feels dated compared to its German rivals. Even worse, resale demand is small. There simply aren't enough people looking for a used Maserati SUV, and those who are, know they can get one for cheap. In the end, the Maserati Levante is like a stunning piece of Italian art, mesmerizing to look at, thrilling to experience, but terrible as a long-term investment. It's the kind of car you lease for style, not buy for keeps. By 2026, that elegance could come with a price tag that's far lower than its original allure. 7. Nissan Leaf. At number 7, we're talking about a car that changed the world, at least for a while. The Nissan Leaf was one of the very first affordable electric cars that truly brought EV technology to the masses. It proved that going electric didn't have to mean going broke. When it launched, the Leaf was a pioneer. Simple, practical, and surprisingly fun to drive. For a moment, it felt like the future was here. But as with many pioneers, the Leaf ended up being overtaken by its own successors. According to data from Motor One and IC Cars, The Nissan Leaf loses around 64% of its value within 5 years, making it one of the most heavily depreciating EVs in the world. The reason is simple. Technology evolves faster than batteries age. The early generations of the Leaf had small battery packs, limited range, and no active thermal management system. That meant one thing. Over time, the battery performance drops significantly, especially in hot climates. Owners began noticing that their range would shrink year after year, turning what was once a 150-mile EV into a 90-mile commuter car. And when new electric models like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Tesla Model 3, and Chevrolet Bolt started offering double the range and faster charging, the Leaf suddenly felt outdated, even when it was only a few years old. Another issue hurting its resale value is perception. While newer EVs are marketed as high-tech, futuristic machines, the Leaf often gets labeled as basic or budget. Its design is conservative, its interior feels dated, and its charging speed can't keep up with modern standards. So, used car buyers looking for an EV often skip right past it. Add to that the expensive cost of battery replacement, which can run over $6,000, and you've got a car that quickly turns from eco-friendly to economically painful. In the end, the Nissan Leaf deserves respect for what it started, but not necessarily for what it's become. It opened the door to the electric revolution, but now it's standing in the shadow of newer, more capable EVs. By 2026, this once trailblazing car may be remembered less as a smart buy, and more as a symbol of how fast technology can leave you behind. 6. BMW 5 Series Hybrid. At number 6, we have a car that tries to be the best of both worlds, the BMW 5 Series Hybrid. On paper, it sounds like perfection. The comfort and prestige of a BMW luxury sedan combined with the efficiency of hybrid technology. It promises power, refinement, and fuel savings, all wrapped in that unmistakable Bavarian engineering. But in reality, this high-tech blend doesn't age as gracefully as you might expect. According to data from Motor One and IC Cars, the BMW 5 Series Hybrid loses around 65% of its value within 5 years, making it one of the worst-performing luxury hybrids when it comes to depreciation. So, what's going wrong here? Well, hybrid cars, especially premium ones, have a reputation for being complicated and expensive to maintain. The combination of a turbocharged gasoline engine, an electric motor, and a high-voltage battery system creates a maintenance puzzle that few independent mechanics are eager to solve. Once the factory warranty expires, even minor issues can turn into major expenses. Add to that BMW's already high cost of parts and labor, and suddenly that efficient luxury doesn't look so efficient anymore. Then there's the problem of identity. The 5 Series Hybrid isn't electric enough to attract EV buyers, and it's not pure enough for traditional BMW enthusiasts who crave performance. It sits in an awkward middle ground, trying to please everyone, but not truly satisfying anyone. The rise of full-electric luxury sedans like the Tesla Model S, Mercedes EQE, and BMW's own i5 only makes things worse. Why buy a used hybrid when the market is clearly moving toward fully electric vehicles with better range, simpler drivetrains, and fewer moving parts to break? And let's not forget depreciation psychology. Used car buyers are cautious when it comes to hybrids with complex systems. They worry about battery life, expensive inverter repairs, and whether that hybrid system will still work flawlessly in year 6 or 7. Most don't want to take that gamble, which means resale demand is low and prices fall fast. In the end, the BMW 5 Series Hybrid is a perfect example of how luxury and technology don't always guarantee long-term value. It's smooth, silent, and sophisticated, until it's out of warranty. Then it becomes a ticking financial time bomb. By 2026, this car might still look like a masterpiece from the outside, but under the hood, it's the kind of investment that could leave your wallet running on empty. 5. Maserati Ghibli. At number 5, we stay in Italy with another beautiful heartbreaker, the Maserati Ghibli. Few cars combine style, sound, and soul the way this one does. The Ghibli is pure Italian drama on 4 wheels, elegant curves, a snarling exhaust note, and that legendary trident badge that makes people turn their heads. It's the kind of car that makes you feel like you're in a movie every time you drive it. But as every car enthusiast knows, passion often comes at a price. And in the Ghibli's case, that price is depreciation. According to Motor One and iSeeCars data, this luxury sedan loses about 65% of its value in just 5 years, making it one of the worst investments in its class. Why? Because beneath the charm, the Ghibli hides some serious flaws. Reliability has never been Maserati's strong suit. Owners report issues ranging from electrical faults and transmission quirks to fragile interior components that don't age well. Once that warranty expires, repair bills can easily climb into the thousands. And that scares away used buyers faster than a check engine light. Combine that with expensive servicing, limited parts availability, and high insurance premiums, and the cost of ownership quickly outweighs the thrill of the drive. Then there's the brand perception problem. Maserati wants to compete with BMW and Mercedes, but it doesn't have their resale reputation or dealer network. Many buyers still see Maserati as an exotic risk, exciting but unreliable. And in the used luxury market, fear kills value faster than anything else. When a car has a reputation for breaking down, its resale value tanks, no matter how beautiful it looks or how great it sounds. Even the market shift toward electrification and tech-focused luxury doesn't help the Ghibli's case. In a world where buyers want digital dashboards, adaptive safety tech, and hybrid options, the Ghibli feels like an old-school sports sedan trying to survive in a futuristic world. It's emotional, it's expressive, but it's also outdated. So by 2026, this Italian masterpiece might still look stunning parked in your driveway, but its resale value will tell a different story. The Maserati Ghibli is the definition of style over stability. A car that wins your heart but empties your wallet. 4. Infiniti QX80. At number 4, we have a giant, literally. The Infiniti QX80 is one of the biggest luxury SUVs on the market, a vehicle that tries to mix Japanese reliability with American-style excess. It's bold, it's powerful, and it's built to impress. When you see one rolling down the road, you can't help but notice it. But here's the catch. While the QX80 looks like $1 million, it doesn't hold its value like one. According to data from Motor One and iSeeCars, this full-size luxury SUV loses about 66% of its value within 5 years, putting it among the fastest depreciating vehicles in its class. And the reasons are pretty clear. First, the QX80 hasn't truly evolved in over a decade. Underneath that massive chrome grille lies a platform and engine design that date back years. It still runs a thirsty 5.6-liter V8. Powerful, yes, but extremely inefficient in today's economy. With rising fuel prices and growing demand for hybrid and electric alternatives, buyers are moving away from gas guzzlers like this one. Add to that its low fuel economy, often under 15 miles per gallon, and you've got a vehicle that's expensive to drive, expensive to maintain, and even more expensive to own long-term. Then there's the issue of luxury perception. Infiniti, as a brand, sits awkwardly between mainstream and premium. It doesn't quite have the badge prestige of Lexus, BMW, or Mercedes-Benz. And in the used car market, that lack of status hits hard. Buyers looking for a second-hand luxury SUV would rather stretch their budget for a used Escalade or LX600 than settle for a QX80 that feels outdated inside and out. And speaking of interiors, while it's spacious and comfortable, the cabin design hasn't changed much in years. The infotainment system, the materials, even the overall layout, all feel stuck in 2015. In short, the Infiniti QX80 is a luxury dinosaur in an era of electric evolution. It's big, bold, and beautiful, but out of touch with what buyers actually want in 2026. If you're thinking of picking one up, remember, what looks commanding today might feel clumsy tomorrow. The QX80 is proof that size doesn't always mean staying power. 3. Jaguar XF. At number 3, we head to Britain, a land of style, class, and luxury. The Jaguar XF is one of those cars that perfectly captures British sophistication. Sleek, poised, and beautifully designed, it embodies that old-world charm mixed with modern performance. When it debuted, it was seen as a serious contender against the BMW 5 Series and Mercedes E-Class, a true gentleman's express. But fast forward to 2026, and the Jaguar XF has become one of the least desirable luxury sedans on the used market. According to Motor One and IC Cars, the XF loses nearly 67% of its value within 5 years. A shocking number for a car that once carried so much prestige. So, what happened to this British beauty? The short answer: reliability and reputation. Jaguar has long struggled with quality control, and the XF is no exception. From electrical gremlins and infotainment bugs to suspension issues and high repair costs, owning one out of warranty can feel like a gamble. When things go wrong, and they often do, parts can be expensive, and labor costs climb quickly. That's one reason used buyers tend to avoid the XF altogether. No one wants a luxury car that spends more time at the shop than on the road. Then there's the brand perception problem. Jaguar hasn't managed to modernize its image in the same way Mercedes or Audi have. While its cars are beautiful, they lack the cutting-edge technology and reliability that today's luxury buyers demand. In an era where even Korean automakers like Genesis are producing ultra-modern sedans with high resale value, the XF feels stuck in the past. A car that looks premium, but doesn't deliver the experience to match. And let's not forget the shift in buyer preference. Sedans are losing ground to SUVs, and that hits cars like the XF especially hard. When the market moves toward crossovers and EVs, traditional luxury sedans like this one become harder to sell, even at massive discounts. In the end, the Jaguar XF remains a car of timeless style and undeniable presence. But by 2026, that elegance won't be enough to save it from steep depreciation. It's a classic example of a luxury brand resting too long on its legacy and watching its value fade in the rearview mirror. 2. Audi A8. At number 2, we have the Audi A8. A car that once defined modern luxury. Sleek, understated, and packed with technology, the A8 has long been Audi's flagship sedan, built to compete with the Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series. But beneath that quiet sophistication lies a depreciation curve that's anything but subtle. According to Motor One and IC Cars, the Audi A8 loses around 67% of its value within 5 years, making it one of the steepest drops in the full-size luxury segment. Why does a car this advanced lose value so fast? Simple: complexity. The A8 is loaded with high-end tech, adaptive suspensions, advanced driver aids, and touchscreen systems everywhere. But once the warranty ends, those impressive features become potential liabilities. Repairs are notoriously expensive, and used buyers know it. Combine that with the declining demand for large sedans and the rise of luxury EVs like the BMW i7 and Mercedes EQS, and the A8 suddenly feels outdated. Even though it still drives like a dream and offers quiet, limousine-level comfort, the market has moved on. In 2026, the A8's biggest rival won't be another gas-powered sedan. It'll be time itself. Because in the luxury world, technology moves fast, and the A8 just can't keep up. 1. Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And finally, at number 1, the king of luxury sedans, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. For decades, this car has been the ultimate symbol of success, power, and prestige. Every generation of the S-Class has set new standards in comfort, innovation, and safety. But even kings can fall, and in today's market, the S-Class faces a harsh reality: massive depreciation. According to Motor One and IC Cars, it loses nearly 69% of its value within 5 years, making it one of the fastest depreciating luxury cars on the road. The reason? Technology overload and changing times. The S-Class is packed with some of the most advanced tech in the automotive world, from self-leveling suspensions to complex driver assistance systems. But when those systems fail out of warranty, repair costs skyrocket. Add to that the rising popularity of fully electric luxury cars like the Mercedes EQS and Tesla Model S, and the once untouchable S-Class suddenly feels old-fashioned. It's still an incredible machine, smooth, powerful, and timelessly elegant, but its value fades faster than its reputation. By 2026, the S-Class may still rule in comfort, but not in resale. Because in the luxury world, innovation doesn't wait, not even for the king.